Hello, everybody. So by popular demand, today we are going to play some Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't really have a mission in mind or a flight that we're going to go do. I just really like this game. It's very relaxing. It's very chill. It's something that we can have nice conversations while we play. It gives us a little break from Kerbal. And I know, many of you really like Kerbal. But, I like to be, throw some variety in there. So today we're going to play this. Plus, today I have an appointment this afternoon, so I don't really have a ton of time. Like, I like to play Kerbal when I can devote a day to it. I don't know if you guys have noticed. So today what we're going to do is we're just going to have some fun in Flight Sim. I really enjoy this game. I was slowly flying around the world at one point in a bush plane. And maybe if that's something people want to see, we can do some flights on that flight together. I can just resume where I left off. My favorite things to do in this game are do gliding. I really like the Beaver, the seaplane. That's fun to fly. I love bush planes, and the PC-6, the Pilatus PC-6 is probably my favorite. So let's go take a look. I don't want to dox myself entirely, but this is my nearest airport. This is Centennial, Colorado. This is the busiest, or one of the busiest general aviation airports in the entire United States. So we might do some flying around there today. It's actually, there is a really, really pretty airport or nearby. Let's go see if we can find it really quickly, because if we decide to do some gliding today, everybody, which I think we might be doing, I really like to glide in a certain area of Colorado. There we go. So what you can see right here, everybody, is these are the Great Sand Dunes. These are created literally by wind screaming through this area at like maximum speed. So this is Mount Blanca down here. You actually get really, really good wind coming off of Mount Blanca, and you can just glide all the way up this ridge. There are tons of little airports if you find yourself needing to land. So maybe let's do that. Let's open the day up with some gliding. I love gliding. Gliding makes me happy. I think I start here typically, actually, and then I can glide over to the mountains here. We'll take a glider that has a small electric motor on it, just to make sure that we have enough oomph to get there. This will also give me a chance to remind myself how to glide. Okay, let's set our weather to live. So it's going to be a little cold because it's Colorado, though it's supposed to be nice today. I don't know what the local temp is, but it's supposed to be nice outside today. So let's go set this up. Let's go to weight and balance. Copilot 196. We'll leave these there. I want to bring my ballast up just a little bit. You know what? Go there. Let's bring my ballast tank all the way up. Whoop, we got a little too full there. All right, there we go. I like to have more ballast than less because you can always release your water ballast if you need to. Liveries, do they have anything pretty? They don't. Launch method, we're gonna be towed. Okay. So that's locked and loaded. Let's go find an airport. Once again, this is Mount Blanca. It's like one of the prettiest 14ers. I have never climbed it, sadly, but it's on my list of mountains that I'd like to climb. Let's go ahead and we'll select this guy as our departure. Let's do a short glide. There's Cotopaxi, Salida. Let's see if we can actually glide out to Salida. Okay, there we go. And just to give ourselves a little bit of a helper, let's add this here, and let's add this here so we can fly over the Great Sand Dunes. There we go. We may or may not be able to make this, but we're gonna see. I think it's gonna be a fun flight. Yeah, and I'll probably crash because I haven't played this game in like a year. I just got this game working like 10 minutes before the stream started. It was terrifying. I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to play it. I have my DLSS set at auto right now. We may be setting that to performance because running this game at like even like 48 frames a second kills the poop computer. All right, checking all my gear. Got to make sure my controllers are set. Hey. It's been a long time since I've towed, so this is gonna be a little difficult, but so yeah, gliding is basically one of my favorite things to do in this game besides bush planes. This game just, I think, does it really well. I don't know if they fixed the battery issue, but the batteries on this plane is supposed to last, like, for avionics, is supposed to last like 18 or 20 hours, and they only have it set to like last 2. And it kind of makes me a little sad because, oh, look at that frame drop. Oh, okay, it's trying. DLSS is trying. Oh, dear. You guys came for video gaming and you're going to watch a slideshow. Okay. Let's get all my crazy things closed here. Checklist, don't need it. It's a glider. All right, let's go ahead and check everything we need. So I got my spoilers. All right, there are my spoilers. Okay. Make sure. Speed brakes, yep. Okay. I don't think we have flaps on this thing. Let's check our control surfaces. Okay, we do have good control surface. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and kill our visibility on this thing. Okay, we should be able to do this. Okay, I'm trying. There used to be a part of this you could click and make it go away. Well, I'm a little concerned about that because it's going to be literally always in the way. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can put this over here and just... Alright, let's see really quickly. Sorry for the wait, everybody. Options. No. General options. Camera. Okay. Okay. Well, dang. That's sad. I was hoping we'd actually be able to turn this off. Let me see if there's a shortcut really quick, and then we'll get flying, everybody. Sorry for the wait. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Stick. Visibility. Toggle. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Control options. Hey, what's up, Spud? I am already having problems in Microsoft because I cannot keyboard. Okay. Toggle. No, hang on. Oop. Yoke. Visibility. Okay. All right, we just... Okay, we're just gonna find... Let me show you my issue, Spud. Oh yeah, it's older than Windows. My issue, Spud, is there should be a way to turn this stick off. And without being able to... Yeah, without being able to turn it off, I can't access, like, 3 of the controls that I need. See, this is going to be the issue. All right, I'm gonna try for like a minute more, and then if I can't get it to work, we'll just take off anyways, and we'll deal with it. It just covers up like half of my controls. There has to be a button. Yeah, I heard they changed this, and it is really annoying. All right, I'm going to try one more thing here, and then I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Control options. Anyway, Spud, you got your wish. We're playing, what's it called? Our, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Lights, brake, auto mount, landing gear, power management, brakes, lights, flight control surfaces, developer mode, miscellaneous radio, menu. Okay. Okay. Let's try camera, cockpit camera, drone camera. Toggle HUD view. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. I feel like it's got to be a setting in here because there's a setting for anything, but I feel like I could be looking for hours. I should have looked for this yesterday, but I did Google it. Like, I'm Googling it right now. Okay. All right, here we go. Control options, mouse. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go miscellaneous. Primary action. That should have done it. All right, we're going to try. Nothing. Give me one more second. Sorry for the wait, everybody. To the cockpit and... Okay, we're gonna try one more thing here. Okay, options. Actually, we're just gonna go to options. General options, experimental. Apply and save. All right, that helped someone. We're gonna keep going. And of course, that didn't help me. Excellent. Brutal. This is brutal, everybody. Why? Why is it... This used to work. You just clicked the stick and it left. All right, well, whatever. Let's just fly. We'll deal with it. Okay, so our gear's good, battery's good, everything's good. It is very foggy and cold outside. Thankfully, we have our nice setup here. Great if this actually worked. Okay, we're gonna try one more thing here, because apparently I have destroyed something. Experimental. Okay, I'm gonna let this reboot. Should. All right, we may just end up flying the sucker manually, because The gauges are not reacting. My God, what did they do to this game? This game used to work. Oh, Microsoft, seriously, guys. Oh, we're gonna fly a glider. I love gliding in this game. All right, so we're gonna give a little tail wiggle. That's gonna tell our pilot. That should tell him to go. There he goes. Okay. Whoop. Come on. Come on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Already. Come on. Take off. Take off. Take off. That's a taxiway. Take off. There we go. Nope. Okay. Gear up. Okay, and we need to trim ourselves back upward. Lots of trim. Okay, here we go. Now we're flying. We are flying in beautiful Colorado, which you really can't see any of right now. I'm a little sad about that. I'm also sad that I can't hear my variometer for some reason. Probably because I reset the gauges in this thing so many times. But we'll just deal. We're just going to fly. I got to refamiliarize myself with this game because I haven't gotten to play very often. So we're just going to have a nice little gentle flight. We'll just trim down a little bit. We don't want to get exactly too high behind this tow craft because we can actually pull his nose down if we get too high. Whoop. So the thing with gliders that takes a little bit of time to learn is a small... as you can see, the stick in front of me is just barely moving. A small amount of control input is all you need for these guys. The little gauge that you can see front and right next to the multifunction display is a variometer. Variometers tell you whether you're climbing or falling at a very small level. They're really good to have. They usually make a beeping noise, so they go boop, 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 boop. This one's currently not working the way it should. I think it's because I turned on a bunch of stuff and turned it all off. So we're gonna hope that, whoa! We're gonna hope that the next flight I do, maybe it works out a little bit. But yeah, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I really love this game. And we're at almost 40 frames a second, so it's even working well on the old Poop computer. Which, of the mini games the Poop computer loves, this is not one of them. Now, you can see there's some fog below us. We're going to try to get above that as much as we can. IRL, you probably would not fly in these conditions, because visibility is pretty poor. But we're going to do it because it's a game. So the mountains, it's hard to show right now. You can see one just to the right of our screen peeking above the clouds. That's where we're going to head over there, because there's usually some good wind over there. We can use the mountains to catch a nice breeze and begin flying. you know, actually gaining some altitude. This... Oh, okay. Well, you should. It's really, despite the frustration that I was having a second ago, this is actually a really good game. I'm certain that with, like, a little bit of time, I can figure out my stick and yoke visibility issue. And until then, I'm just going to work around it. Because this is actually a very nice, peaceful, gentle game. That's... You should start. You should start. They're fun. You know? Well, that's very flattering. That instead of playing them, you're just so entertained by the amazing content on channels like mine. LOL. Gliding is actually something that, like, someday when I have a bit more money, I'm probably going to try to get into IRL. Like, this is so... It's such a peaceful thing. But anyways, you can see I am letting him drag us basically as high as he cares to. He will eventually turn us, I'm hoping, to the east. And once we turn to the east, we'll be able to see Mount Blanca. That will be our navigational point, and we'll head that way. Well, I could see that. I mean, the thing is, then you don't, you know, play games that... One of the reasons I love racing games and flight and simulators and stuff is... Even a racing game, like when I was playing Redout the other day, it does not, to me, require the timing that a game like Cuphead requires. You know, like, I own Elden Ring, and I am horrible at it. Like, I am horrible at it. A friend of mine tried to get me into Elden Ring, and I was like, I walked out of the starting area, and there was this dude on this shining gold horse, and I was like, oh my god, he has to be my friend. He's obviously a quest giver. And I wandered right over to him, and he killed me one shot. I think we've talked about this. Have you played The Room or Monument Valley? They're mobile games. Oh, you would love The Room. The Room is like you're an alchemy student, and you are... Your teacher traps you in this room. And, alright, here we go, everybody. We're gliding. It is on Android, as is Monument Valley. Monument Valley is spectacular. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Monument Valley 1 and 2. Okay.
Kilo Alpha Lima Sierra traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 5 miles east, 9,800 feet inbound to land runway 2.
Alright, so see that big mountain over there? That is where we're heading. The craft is pretty nicely trimmed out right now. We have a little bit more speed than we actually need, but that is okay. We're going to go ahead and keep our ballast tanks full, because I'm going to need them when I get over there, and if we need to, we're just going to kick on the engine. We might actually go ahead and kick our engine on right now. Okay. Nope, that didn't do it. Come on. There we go. So this glider has a really small engine. That it's an electric engine that will give us a nice little boost. We are not in online mode. I don't have any friends that play this game very often. So I like, I don't get to play it online with people very often. So yeah, right now we're just flying around enjoying the conversation. We do have live traffic turned on. So if you see a plane like, if you see a plane above us or around us, like that is live traffic. So yeah, we're just gonna kick this engine on for a little while. A lot of gliders are going over to this because the concept is that like it sucks to. Yeah, so if you see planes typically above us, like commercial-looking flights, which you will see every now and then, you'll see them if you watch the sky. Those are, the game is pulling actual flight data down to put those planes into the game. The other thing too is we're doing live weather. So the weather right now is if we went up to near Blanca, Colorado, this would be probably what's happening. You'd probably see mist. And what this actually is an inversion layer, which you get in the mountains a lot. It's really beautiful if you're climbing a mountain. Like, if you go climb Blanca in front of us, which is a mountain I do want to climb, you will have scenarios where you're out there and you're above the clouds. It's really pretty. So we're just gonna... Yeah. I am just a bottomless well of obscure Earth science facts. So yeah, we're just gonna fly our nice little glider over to this mountain, and when we get over there, we're gonna start trying to search for some nice wind. I've had to do this on this flight before. There's just not really a good, what is it called? There's not really a good airport closer to this mountain, but once we get on this ridge line, just below where it says VFR map through the clouds, I can just see the sand dunes. And the Colorado, or the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, is actually a, I mean, I think it's I don't know if it's a World Heritage Site, but it's really important. And it is one of the only places in the world where you have a confined dune field that's like that small and it's self-replenishing. Like, as of currently, the dunes will potentially, on geologic time, they'll go away, but like, in human lifetimes, the Great Sand Dunes of Colorado are self-replenishing. It's a really cool geologic system. I've done a lot of hiking out there. It is a spectacular place to go hiking. You're going to get a lot of earth science and geology talk because the landscapes in this game are so perfect and beautiful. Oh, yes! For a second, I was like, sailing stones. What are those? Yes, sailing stones are beautiful. Also, if my last VR stream didn't go great because I had audio problems, but I think I can fix them. If by popular demand, everyone would like to see me do a VR sailing stream, I could do that. There's a beautiful sailing world in VR chat. Okay, it looks like some of this fog is beginning to burn off a bit. We have tons of altitude right now. I'm going to keep this motor on for just a little bit longer. And then we'll pop the motor off and start. There's a great slope just off the left side, the port side of our nose, that we can go start trying to get up. Because once you get up on top of the ridgeline, the wind basically never stops blowing up there. So then you're on easy street. All right, let's see what we can do here. We want to save some engine power. So when we throttle down, let's go ahead and pop that off. Let's go ahead and bring our nose down and start gliding. All right. Here we go. Now we're gliding. I also added some music to the stream today. I'm hoping it's all as copyright free as the playlist says it was. Just because I don't use the background music in Flight Sim. It's really nice and peaceful, but it gets He gets a little bit... also, I don't know why that little loading ring is in the bottom corner of my screen all the time. But he gets a little bit repetitive, so I thought I would add just some kind of gentle music, something nice in the background, so that we could listen to some pleasant music. Now, if I have to, there is a way I can toggle wind visibility on, so you can see where updrafts are, but we're gonna try to be a pro glider here and do it without using wind visibility. And while I can't exactly see my, or hear my variometer, I can see it, so I can still use it. I also have a manual variometer that's partially hidden by my stick right now, which is part of the reason I wanted to toggle that stick off, is it's nice to have your variometer not hidden by it. But that's okay. Anyway, anywho, we're just flying along here. Once again, we're going to start trying to find lift as we approach this mountain. In fact, let's find out really quickly weather. Okay, show 3D thermal. It's going to pause. That's going to kill the there. Okay, so we are going the right way. You can see a beautiful thermal right in front of us. Nice lift. I just wanted to make sure this wasn't all for naught. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go get onto that thermal and start gaining some altitude, hopefully. And I mean, when these thermals hit you, they some of them, like, especially if you're going to fly on slopes like we are today, they hit you. You just immediately start climbing at, like, this crazy rate. That's unfortunate. Okay. Just waiting to catch that lift. Here we go. I hope, you know, I haven't crashed yet, which I'm actually really excited about. It makes me feel like we're doing okay here. Okay. The red string attached to the glider's canopy in front of us shows basically our side slip. And with gliders, you don't want there to be a ton of side slip. So it is... I told you not to show 3D thermals. Why didn't you listen? So let's try and catch that thermal that we know is there, because I did show them earlier. Okay, something caught us. We're not quite lifting. We're really close to lifting, though. It's trying. There we go. We are gaining altitude ever so gently, everybody. Here we go. And now we're just going to fly along this ridge and gently let the air lift us up. The goal is top right of the screen here. We actually would like to be at the top of that ridge, because once you get up there, you can just follow ridges around and you just get all the lift in the world. Yeah, we're just catching our little bit of lift right now. And it is shaping up. I mean, a lot of that fog and mist over there is beginning to burn off. It's shaping up to be a really pretty day of gliding. The state of Colorado gets, fun fact, gets over 300 days a year of sunshine. It is a state defined by basically, if it's not beautiful and sunshiny, water is almost always falling from the sky. There are no cloudy days, almost. We had one, like, last week, and it was really unusual. Like, if it's cloudy, it's usually because snow or rain is falling. Sometimes hail. Yeah. It's part of the reason a lot of people move here, is the weather's, you know, very nice. We're going to nose down ever so slightly and just increase our airspeed. But as you can see, if you look out to the left to the valley floor below, yeah. Oh, trust me, I grew up in Dallas, and yeah, it's Dallas weather is just like, hey, are you having a good day? Nah, no, you're not. You think you are, but you're not. As you can see from the valley floor to the left, we are actually beginning to climb a fair bit. Just to the right of the stick, you can see my altimeter, once again, partially covered by the stick, which is why I like to move it. And you can see it for a second there was going up quite a bit. Now you'll get these, whenever air goes up, air needs to come down. So if you're in one of these areas where these thermals are, you will find areas where you get tons of sink, where you just start falling out of the sky. I think that's part of it, because you have so much warm... Sorry, you have so much warm air from the Gulf coming up there and just hitting everything coming down off the plains. It's part of the reason you guys get insane tornadoes. Like, people don't realize that Texas gets more tornadoes than any state in the Union. You can see right there at our nose is the Great Sand Dunes National Park. You can see we're just getting tons of lift here. Mount Blanca is starting this flight, which I've done several times. This is one of my favorite flights to do because, yeah, Mount Blanca is just great for getting that altitude. Now we're really starting to get big updrafts here as we fly up, and yeah, that's what they say. I'm very interested to see. I mean, the thing about tornadoes is that the thunderstorms that create them are not localized. You know, you get hail, high wind, lots of rain. Tornadoes are such a horrifying, yet unbelievably localized natural disaster. Like, at most, it's not a hurricane, you know? At most, your destruction is gonna be like a mile wide. But the destruction that they reap is so complete, you know? When I was a little kid, there was a big tornado near Houston, and my uncle took us on a drive and, like, showed us all of the damage. And, you know, like, around Houston, it's nothing but forests. And huge trees were just snapped in half and broken. Now, I have had the extreme, I would say fortunate opportunity. Some would believe this is unfortunate. I would say this was fortunate to see 2 tornadoes in my life and 1 funnel cloud that didn't quite hit the ground. Like, I was driving. I used to date a girl that lived in Kansas City. And living out in Colorado, I've had to drive on I-70 quite a bit. And, oh, we are kind of getting boxed in here in these. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a tight turn here and see if we can find some thermals on this ridge over here to keep bringing us up the mountain. There we go. I mean, if Dallas becomes a desert, like, is it going to be any less cool outside during this, or any more cool outside during the summer? But I understand where you're coming from. Oh, that's a lot of sink. We are falling out of the sky now, folks. You can see the Great Sand Dune National Park right ahead of us. Really pretty national park. The thing about the sand dunes that I feel like discourages a lot of people is it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You have to drive many hours to get out here. to go see it. And sadly, camping space, like campsites, are kind of limited. So you're going to drive all the way out here, be out here for like a couple hours, and then you have to drive all the way home. Though 285, which is one of the roads you can take to get out here, is kind of a gorgeous drive. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I understand. I mean, water's already... I remember when I was young, and we would do water rationing over the summer in Texas. Like, you couldn't water your lawn, you couldn't wash your car. So yeah, seeing a tornado, sorry. So I used to have a girlfriend that lived in Kansas, Kansas City, and I had to drive quite a bit from Denver to go see her. And so I've made that drive on I-70 hundreds of times. And one night I was driving on my way back to Colorado, and the storms were getting really, really bad. Like, there was tons of hail. Like, you were on the highway, but you were going like 30 miles an hour. So I made the decision to pull over and take cover under a gas station. What is it called? One of those, like, roof things. They have the gas station that you park under while you fuel up. And, you know, after a while, conditions started to improve. So I said, all right, I'm going to keep going. And I kept heading west. And I hit, like, a squall. And there was just, like, it was pouring rain. Like, rain, hail, like nothing I've ever seen. I was going like 25 miles an hour because you couldn't see out of the front of the car. And all of a sudden, bang, there was nothing. Like, it just completely and utterly calmed down. And I was, you know, rolling along, looking around, and, like, you know, I've watched, you know, tornado chasing shows. So, like, when, you see it go from, like, just the world ending to be perfectly calm, that typically means the funnel is near. Okay, well, whatever. That happens, like, every time I play this game. So I, you know, did some, you know, I started looking around, and I looked out of the left side of the car, so the south of the highway, and in a flash of lightning, rolling through a field, just tearing the hell out of a farmer's tent or a fence, was a tornado. It was like a quarter mile away from me. I have never driven so fast, because I was trying to find like an overpass, anything I could to go hide and climb up underneath it. And I did eventually, and I waited it out for like an hour there. Yeah, it was crazy. So the second tornado I ever saw, I was working on an oil rig in northeast Colorado, and we knew that there was weather reports and everything for tornadoes coming, but the work on an oil rig never stopped. So it was, you know, you have your safety briefing. If we think a tornado is coming, this is where we'll take cover. This is where we'll, you know, this is where we will attempt to, you know, find safety. And then we kept working. But so we saw the tornado. So we were kind of up on this little hill, and down maybe a couple hundred feet below us and maybe a half mile away, we watched a funnel cloud come down, touch down, roll through a field for about a mile, and then go back up. It was crazy. And then over a mall, a shopping mall that's near me, I saw a funnel cloud one day. I actually have video of that. So yeah, I've gotten to see 2 tornadoes and a funnel cloud in my life. I feel, you know, to an extent, I feel fairly lucky to have seen such things. Okay, we're losing a lot of altitude here, so we're just going to bring the nose, we're going to trim the nose up a little bit. But yeah, that's Great Sand Dunes National Park over there. It is absolutely beautiful. I don't know why we should be okay for power right now. Casey, Kansas is where she lived. But I went to college in Kansas, so I've spent a lot of time in both Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in that area. Alright, let's take a look at our VFR map right now and see where we are. We are heading up to... Yeah, we're heading up here to a place called Kang. So, we'll be heading northwest over these ridges here eventually. Right now, we're just trying to keep our altitude solid. We are in a nice updraft right now. If the dang variometer was working in this thing, you'd be able to hear it, because it'd be going crazy. But yeah, like I said, once we made it over to Mount Blanca, we are now just puttering along. I believe this mountain in front of us is Crestone Peak, which is near the sand dunes. I believe this is a 14er just off of our nose. Colorado has, I believe, over 50 14,000-foot mountains in it. There are people who have made it a life goal to climb literally every single one of them. I've climbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. No, I have 9. I have 9 14ers under my belt. And it is a good way, it is a good and fun and beautiful way to spend a day if you have trained for it. What are considered the easy 14ers, Quandary, and like Bierstadt, they actually have signs at the bottom of the mountain that are like, hey, there are no easy 14ers. This is still, what you were doing is still kind of risky. Like, know that before you climb. Absolutely heretical. You're not a fan of KCK? Or is Casey Mo the one you dislike the most? Yeah, beautiful sand dunes out there. Oh, your father's a Missouri man, okay. Are you guys Chiefs fans? Also, hang on, did we lose music? Where did my music go? Yes. Why did we lose music for a second there? Gosh darn. YouTube was like, are you still watching? And it's like, YouTube, this is not Netflix. I will tell you when I'm done watching. I mean... Okay, well, now you got me talking about the Cowboys. So, first of all, I will not be a Cowboys fan again. Years ago, I said I will not root for the Cowboys again until Tony Romo is no longer the quarterback and Jerry Jones is dead. I'm halfway there. As a child, they let me down so often that I just accepted the fact that the Chiefs would be my adopted football team. So every year, they're the ones I root for these days. Oh, baseball fan, too. Did you see the... Hell yeah. Did you see the Rangers go to the World Series? I guess that must have been, like, in 2012, 2013, I believe. The Rangers were in the World Series. It was a pretty good game. Well, series of games. I know about sport ball. Funny thing about that, okay? Were you at that game? Ah, interesting. Okay, that's fun. So are you a Cardinals fan now? Have you not adopted the Rangers as your home team? Smart. I mean, they're a fun team. They have a beautiful baseball stadium. Like, the stadium that the Rangers play in is gorgeous. Have you been to the new... Okay, so I know you're not a Cowboys fan. But have you seen that gosh darn stadium? Jerry's World? Because I feel like that's the biggest building I've ever seen in person. And I've seen the VAB. Okay, we're trapped in a... Yeah, you can see it, like, if you're in a building over in Dallas, you can see that thing sitting in Arlington. It's so gosh darn big. Also, the mayor of Dallas was a crazy person back in the day because there was a proposal to build a new stadium in Fair Park and actually have the Cowboys play in Dallas. And she was like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, a lot of people don't realize the Dallas Cowboys basically have never played in Dallas. Like, it's like shocking. They used to play in Irving at Texas Stadium, and now they play at Jerry's World. Grab a drink of water here while we're flying along. That's good water. So we're heading a bit west right now, which I'm supposed to be kicking east over this ridge, but I'm having some trouble finding the lift I really want. I'm hoping we're going to clear this ridge up here, and we fly out onto that slope beyond it, and we'll find some nice lift and try to get up to the top of this mountain ridge and start pushing our way up to, I believe I set it to Salina, Colorado, is going to be where we eventually try to land. Which will be a nice, gentle little flight. I know we'd originally talked about maybe doing Denver to DFW, but I unfortunately do not have that kind of time today. But, you know, I'm getting a couple viewers, the conversation's good, so I'll probably do some flight sim in the future, because everybody really seems to be liking it. Plus, it's super relaxing. Like, I am, outside of being terrified of crashing on stream, I'm having a nice time right now. Okay, we caught a little bit of lift there. All right, this is something. Let's see if we can turn over here. There we go. There's some lift. Whoop, and there's the sink. Let's see if we can find that lift back again. Nope, I don't think we can. There's our lift again. But yeah, oh my god, you're killing me. See, this is my problem with Flight Sim, is it just has, there's so many, like, little problems with it that you see all the time. You know, I never get a full flight that works perfectly. And it's been this way for years, you know? I don't have, like, a small, mild computer. Like, I have an insanely powerful computer, and I still have all these little problems with it. I have a great internet connection. I have gigabit internet, and I still have all these issues. You can see another 14er right out in the distance, just off the nose. I just covered it for a second with our little piece of red string. Now, what we're trying to do here is I'm a little low over the slope, so I'm trying to find some more. Lift. Unfortunately, that lift is not showing up. We did find a really good spot back there, but I'd prefer not to turn around. You know, this is... I'm doing... Oh, you talking about, like, the state fair? I mean, the state fair's amazing. Plus, there's big techs. You know? I believe sponsored by the Wrangler Jeans Company. And Big Tex is the best. The guy who played Big Tex, funnily enough, actually guest starred in an episode of King of the Hill. I have to ask, Spud, do you watch King of the Hill? Okay, we've got some good lift right here. This isn't bad. We're trying to get, if you can see those peaks up there, I'd like to get level with those peaks. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Also, Japanese King of the Hill, if you look up the clips on YouTube of the Japanese translation of King of the Hill, Japanese Hank Hill goes hard AF. Let the nose come up a little bit. We have a lot of speed right now, but we're also getting tons of lift. So it's like you don't really want to kill your lift or anything. Oh my god, yeah, that was like a horrifying image of Big Tex burning to death. Like, there are a lot of animatronics that if they caught on fire, I wouldn't care, but like, you know, the part of me that grew up in Texas, my Texas soul, hurt when that happened. I mean, honestly, they did rebuild him too, didn't he? Like, Big Tex is back? Because it wouldn't be the Texas State Fair without Big Tex. Like, you know, he's what makes it special. Whoa, that's a big sink. I didn't even need the variometer for that. I felt that one. Come on, I need all the altitude now. I mean, it's good that they're at least having fun with it. Alright, we are trying right now to find lift because we are trapped. We need to get over this ridge to our right. I guess we aren't trapped. I mean, in an emergency landing situation, or landing, what do they call it, off-field, which gliders, I found out, do basically all the time because it's a glider. We have tons of space to land out to our left, so we have tons of area to land if we need to. But what we're really trying to look for here is good lift along this this mountain, these ridges. So Colorado's a pretty okay place to. See, I haven't been keeping up with it too much. Unfortunately, my adopted team is the Royals, the KC Royals, but the team I live closest to is sadly the Rockies, and the Rockies are a horrible baseball team. You do not go to a Rockies game to enjoy baseball. You go to a Rockies game to drink beer and eat like park food, you know, like, which they have really good restaurants at the Rockies Stadium, but you're not there to watch baseball. Well, you're there to watch baseball. You're not there to watch the Rockies win. See, yeah, you are way more into it than I am. Baseball is probably the sport ball that I know least about. Because I went to Kansas, so I follow basketball pretty closely. Grew up in Texas, where football is, you know, a religion. So I follow football fairly. I wouldn't say closely, but I'll tune in every year for the NFL playoffs, and I like watching the occasional college game. I wish I had more time. Honestly, I don't have much time to watch sports these days, and it makes me sad. Most of the time on the weekends, if I have spare time, you know, I like to stream. And when I stream, I like to give you guys maximum focus. Give me 1 second. Okay, we do have music still playing. Good. So there's a great scene, speaking of like Dallas and Houston, there's a great scene in King of the Hill where they're all sitting around talking about like football, of course, and they talk about the theoretical possibility that you could have the Texans versus the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And Hank is sitting there and he's like, an all-Texas Super Bowl. His will be done. There's some lift. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the lift. I mean, that's my thing, is like, Texans love... I don't think people realize it, that Texans love their sports. Like, especially, like, I don't think people realize how much football means to people in Texas. All you have to do is drive by the SMU stadium to realize, like, how big of a thing it is. And realize that for years, SMU was not even allowed to play in the NCAA. Like, they were death penalty. They were given, like, I think it was like a decade-long ban from playing in the NCAA because of how just egregious their cheating was. And even then, that stadium was kept pristine, just waiting for them to come back. Yeah, football in Texas is a religion. That's pretty cool. Also, being hit by a pitch is terrifying. Like, there's just no way you can be hit by a professional pitch and not, like, you know, a lot of players, like, you know, they tough it out, but you're gonna hurt. Like, there's no way that does not hurt so bad. Do you think he was just trying to back him up, like if they were crowding the plate, or do you think he was just like, do you think it was like an accident? Do you think it was intentional, or do you think it was like an accident? Because there's a baseball YouTube channel, I forgot what it's called, but there are like some, you know, unwritten rules in baseball, and if you break them, typically the pitcher of the other team will bean you. Okay, we're doing good. Like, we're not losing a ton of altitude, but I'd really love to be up at the top, the highest point of those mountains up there, and I'm just really not seeing the lift that we need to climb up there, and we're gonna have to climb over this mountain range. This is the thing about glide touring, everybody, is, you know, you gotta stay chill, because sometimes it gets scurry because you're like, I'm not getting any lift. But we're on track. We're on our course to get over to Salina and set this sucker down. That is awful. I mean, because you could really hurt somebody. I think they said like if you run the math, like a 95 or 90 mile per hour fastball. Well, any real pitch in baseball that's going at 90 miles an hour has the same kinetic energy as I think some smaller caliber bullets. You know, there is a ton of kinetic energy there. I mean, that's always good. Probably my favorite sports moment ever was the University of Kansas in the NCAA finals. I think this was like 07. Mario Chalmers hit a buzzer beater shot to tie the game and push them into overtime. Oh my God, it was like watching that game. Like, I wasn't there or anything, but I was watching it live in Kansas, and it was freaking amazing. So we are still puttering along here, trying to find... We just really need one good updraft, or one good, like, nice long ridge that we can follow all the way up to the summit. Oh, I do not remember the TCU game. Which year? Okay. We're still climbing. Still climbing. Come on. I don't want to have to, you know, I kicked the engine on, the motor, I guess, because it's electric, to get us... Oh, I mean, that... I feel like that happens, though. I think the BCS system is getting better and better for, getting, you know, having a playoff system and getting teams into the championship due to merit. God, that's a nightmare. Oh my God, that's like a bad dream. But I feel like one of the things that really... See, when I was going to college, you know, they didn't have a playoff system yet. And it sucked because you kind of knew every year that the teams that were going to the championship, they said, oh, we have this special formula that chooses teams to go to the national championship. And it's like, no... That special formula was, we need good teams that will make lots of money, you know? So you're going to have, like, the Hawaii, which went undefeated for an entire season, not go to the championship, you know? Like, that's craziness. Oh, that ridge is coming up awful fast. Let's give it a little bit of aileron and just come around that. Getting a little bit close here. You know, we're holding altitude pretty good right now. Like, I'd like to be higher. Like I said, we need to get over that ridge over there. There are some nice mountains over here with a nice plain that I think we can just sit along and start to climb if we need to, so I'm hoping that works. But it's not like we're in danger of running out of lift right now or anything. The mountains are treating us good today. God, 65 to 7. That is literally a nightmare. Like, if you play football, you follow football, like, that is the opposite of the fantasy, where you're like, oh, I'm in the championship game. Oh, we're losing 65 to 7. Thank God they scored, so it wasn't a shutout. Because that'd be horrible. We're gonna get a little bit risky here and see if we can get along this ridge here and just try to use all the lift we can here to start trying to pull up the side of this mountain here. We don't want to get trapped in this box back here, but we're gonna see if we can just let the mountain keep lifting us a bit. That's doing pretty good. We're getting some nice lift here. There we go. We'll bring the nose up a little bit because we are gaining a lot of speed. Let's go ahead and bring our nose around here. There's a ridge line right here that we might be able to hop back on and keep climbing up. So we'll go through this little valley. We'll get a little bit of a sink here, but then we'll make up for it with a little bit more lift. Here we go. Having a nice little flight here. Now the question is, yep, we are going to hit that mountain unless we turn. So let's go ahead. Let's bring our nose around. Once again, gentle movements. See, Spud, I think you'd be all right at this because this is, you know, you don't need a lot of coordination. Gliding happens very, very slowly. I mean, if you're doing it properly, most... Flight Sim, I have no idea. I know it's not mega cheap, and it depends on the computer you have. Though you can... I'm playing this game at fairly high settings. You can turn the settings on this game way down. You know, and make it something, you know, that you can have an enjoyable experience with. The biggest thing is, I prefer to play this game with a HOTAS, you know, a hands-on throttle and stick. So that might be something you have to save up a bit for. But trust me, getting a throttle and stick makes the game much better. You can actually play it on an Xbox controller too, but I really enjoy playing it on a nice... My first gaming PC I built to play Elite Dangerous and KSP. No, I've never played KSP to the level that I play it now. Like, I was talking on stream yesterday about how, like, doing an orbital rendezvous in orbit around BOP would have been, like, unthinkable years ago when I started playing KSP, and now it's just, like, commonplace to do something like that. There's a ton of good lift right there. I'm gonna come all the way around here. This might be a little bit risky. Ooh, that was close. That was scary. Oh, we barely cleared that. Okay, I was trying to catch that ridge there, but we just didn't quite catch it, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. We also lost a ton of speed. Alright. So let's see if we can get out over this ridge here, and we'll go try to catch our wind again. Feels like we're actually holding some good, we're holding good frames. This is a nice stream. This is going really well. I mean, I'm only playing this game at 40 frames a second because my rig is basically maxed out at that point. But you don't really need a lot of frames to play Flight Sim. Once again, you know, this is a game that should go slow. here we go. I am really quick gonna cheat just for a second, everybody. I want to just see what our thermal situation looks like. Okay, so there are thermals around us. We should be able to find some. We should be able to find some lift somewhere around here. Okay. And we're still pushing towards the Lina, which is just up that valley. So we don't have to get to the top of this ridge. We can go up this valley and get there, but it's just prettier if we can. Okay. All right, we're gonna try to just find our lift again. We are getting a little low now. So this is Colorado. This specific area is one of my favorite places to glide due to the prevailing winds. I also really like Honolulu. Is a really fun and beautiful place to glide, as well as there's some really good gliding in New Zealand. On the west coast of New Zealand is really fun to glide. Because you get those big, you get all that ocean breeze coming off the ocean and just hitting those mountains. And you get these like really nice, basically mountain waves. You get that in South America too. I just haven't gotten to fly in South America that much yet. Okay, come over here. We'll just see if we can catch something over here. I think we got something. It's trying to lift. There we go. There's some lift. Okay. Just a nice, gentle flight today. The other thing too, is if I can get over, or if I can get higher, which I've been up to like 17,000, 18,000 feet before when doing this flight, the fun part of it is when we get to our final airport, we have to lose a bunch of altitude. And that means stunts. A glider like this is actually pretty solid. The airframe is pretty good at doing, we could do a couple rolls and some loops. If you look down at the airspeed indicator, flight speeds of up to like 180 knots are not out of the realm of possibility for this thing. And I've been well in excess when I was doing some high altitude flying of like 160 knot of airspeed, because I was sitting along a ridge line getting tons of lift, and I was actually trying to hold my altitude, so I was actually aiming down through the lift. And yeah, you just get tons of airspeed as you basically fall through an updraft. Sailplanes like this typically fly, you're basically flying down through rising air. Oh, game, see, you keep turning this on, and I told you not to. Alright. There's our nice lift. We are getting tons of altitude right now. Trying to trim our nose up just a little bit more here. You want your trim basically set so if you let off the controls, the craft will kind of continue just to putter along straight. And in a glider, your trim is really important because it's kind of your position on your nose, is how you control your speed. It seems obvious, but there's a lot of subtlety to it. There we go. We're getting huge hits of lift here. Really nice. Side slipping just a little bit to the left. Let's bring my nose over there. There we go. Whoop. All right, and we are just slowly puttering along. We're actually making pretty good time to our next or to our stop up here, which is Salina, Colorado. We're actually doing really nicely. That wind, if I let off, that wind is really trying to kind of point us, you know, out into the valley. Bring the nose down just a little bit. Okay. We're still just getting all the nice lift up here. Let's see if we turn to the east a little bit, if we can find some more. The nice thing about Flight Sim, the new one when they made it, is that because they use their Azure servers to like map the entire world and basically drop it in, you can kind of find your, you know, you can fly VFR. You can look out the window and find where you are. It just makes the game really fun to fly. There is a plane in the distance there. You can just see it. I hope you guys can. It's just to the bottom and left of the sun. So that is probably live traffic, though we did get disconnected from the servers a while ago. I don't know if we reconnected. It never tells you when you reconnect. Let's go to tune our radio to... nose come up. We had a little bit too much speed. It's unfortunate that, yeah, we don't have variometer audio right now, because variometers are just neat to listen to. It means that I have to keep my eye on it rather than kind of enjoying the view as much as I normally do. But that's okay, because I can just glance down at it and I can see that we haven't really, you know, I can see it doing its thing. We have an analog variometer partially hidden by the control stick there, but whoa, there was big sink. Oh, we're falling. We just fell right out of the sky there. We lost, I mean, we lost like a couple hundred feet in altitude there. Now we're going to get a lot of it back. Just puttering along. Our location that we're flying to is not too far up here. Just in, you can see the valley kind of turn towards the east up here. It is should be just over these ridges and inside there. So hopefully we'll be able to follow this ridge line all the way there, come in for a nice, gentle, peaceful landing, and then go do some more flying elsewhere. Here we go. Now we're getting all the lift. Coming through a little sink here. That's really, really good. Sorry, that was really good coffee. Kind of lost myself in the flavor there for a second. What else? What else is going on? I'm happy that at least some people have enjoyed the, you know, hanging out and enjoying the flight simulator stream. It is a fun time. Technical difficulties in the beginning were not great, but, you know, that's just something I'm just trying to work out. It is unfortunate that I can't pop this, this stick away because it just makes these some of the craft, the yoke gets in the way, and it makes it makes them a little difficult to fly when you can't move it out of the way. I guess stick in this case instead of yoke. But yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier to fly when you can click them out of the way and then never worry about them again. Okay. See another 14er off our nose to the left there. Another big tall mountain. This area has quite a few. Alright, let's go ahead. We have our radio tuned for this airport. Let's go ahead and take a look at our VFR map, make sure we're good to go. Okay. So we should be seeing our we should be seeing this airport in short order. See there, so yeah, the V never exceed for this thing is 270 kilometers an hour, which is an insane speed for a glider like this. I said knots earlier, but I believe it's actually kilometers an hour. But still, I mean, it's a sailplane. Oh no, you're good. You're good, Spud. You're chill. What kind of PC do you have? Did you build your own or did you purchase? So that is a bit pricey, but it's, I've got a couple hundred hours in Flight Sim. I would say I've gotten my money out of it, you know? Asus, how do you like that? I'm thinking about buying a laptop so I can stream when I travel for work. So I am, how do you like it? Is it good? Heck yeah. Yeah, I've looked at, I know they're expensive. I've looked at the Razer Blade 14, because I currently have a Razer Blade Stealth right now, which I have tried to stream from. They're some of my rougher streams when I go play like BattleBit and stuff. And yeah, it's just not perfect for it. It's not a, now my Razer Blade Stealth will play like BattleBit all day long. Like simple games like that by itself, you know? But streaming, it's too much for it. You know, running this, running my, my tracking software and my, my avatar is just too much for the poor little thing. But I thought maybe if I could get, like, a better laptop and then, like, one of those, like, USB-C, extra screens, that I could probably replicate my home streaming setup on the road pretty okay, like, and then I could play games like, I haven't thought about any road games that I would play, but I could, there's a lot of stuff I could. Probably not something like this. This game takes the full hour, you know, of my insane, stupid computer sitting next to me. Okay. Yeah, my current computer is... My home computer is disgusting. I built it a couple years ago. Things were a little bit better financially at the time. So I was really able to basically say, I want all of the things. Give me all. You know, how much power do you want? Yes. So, you know, 128 gigs of RAM. I've got a 3090 in there. And, you know, it should tell you about this game is I have a 3090 and I'm still running at... I'm running at 1440p and I'm getting 30... with DLSS on. And I'm getting 35 frames a second. See, that's the thing. I used to be an overcharger, and now I don't. Like, I take things off of chargers all the time. The other thing was when I'm not using a lot of my computers, I don't use hibernation or sleep very much. They are off, you know? Okay. But there's this little ridge over here that's standing between us and the airport we want to get to. So we do have to get over that. But I think we should be able to. Smart. Yeah, I feel like learning to take care of battery... Like, I'm crazy about my phone. I use all the adaptive charging stuff. And if my phone, especially on, like, a weekend, if my phone's above, like, 70%, I don't put it on a charger. I just set it next to my bed overnight. I have a plug-in hybrid car as well. That I do leave on the charger all the time, but it's supposed to manage itself. Plus, like, most weekends I don't use any gasoline at all, so, like, I just, you know, I let the battery just run down as I drive it on the weekends. Like, I have to go to an appointment here at about 3, and when I go to that appointment, I'll go there entirely there and back on electricity. Speaking of, what's the weather like? Oh, it's 56 outside on the Front Range, so it's an absolutely beautiful day. Okay. We're doing pretty good. Like, I'm seeing that gap in that ridge there, and I'm thinking I might try to shoot that gap if I can keep getting as much lift as I'm getting. And then we will fly down the other side and set up for landing. Glider landings, which I have not done one of these in about 6 months, can be a little bit terrifying because you don't get to go around. You have to put the glider down. Typically what you'll do in a glider landing is you won't actually land on the pavement. You will land next to the runway. But because we're not actually flying a real glider today, and I want to see if I can do it, we'll try to land on the runway. Is there any traffic in the area? Let's hear our automated weather real quick, Hank. Let's get our automated weather. All right.
November Kilo automated weather observation 1800 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 4 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3041.
All right, I think they said wind calm, so let's tune our traffic. Whoa. Whoa, lot of turbulence coming over the top of that mountain there. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in here. Let's pick our runway. Select a runway for landing. Let's do runway 24.
Alpha November Kilo traffic Foxtrot Sierra Sierra, 5117 miles southeast 12,000 feet inbound to land runway 24.
Alright, there we go. We've picked out our position. I'm pretty sure there isn't a whole lot of traffic here today, so I think we're going to be good to just come in and land where we want to. Alright, so there's 24, so we want to head north a little bit. And then we'll come around for landing at 24. Woo, lots of turbulence coming over the top of that ridge. All right, here we go. What we want to do is get a good look at the airport. All right, it's over there somewhere. Alright. What we'll do is bring our nose up a little bit. If we need to, we'll just spiral down when we get to where we need to be. Getting this thing to actually drop out of the sky is pretty difficult. Also, I need to find my ballast. Alright. There's my ballast. Okay. Empty ballast, so we got several levers there. We'll dump our ballast here when we get to where we want to be. Dumping ballast is typically one of the last things you do when you glide. You just want to get rid of all the excess weight when you come into land, so that you can you have all the options you can. There are places in the world where gliders can, go around. This is not going to be one of those places. Okay, we're gonna bring our nose up just a little bit here. As while I want to head down, we're abusing a lot of our altitude. Still trying to get a good look at it. I'm pretty sure I see it. I just don't see the actual paved runway. Oh, there it is. Alright, I've got it. Now I can see it. Now I know where we're going. Okay. And we'll set up on kind of a long final, because I'm new at this. Well, not new. I just haven't done it in a while. Okay. As you can see, our airspeed, we're up nearly 150 kilometers an hour right now as we begin to head down. Alright, there we go. We're going to go ahead and kick our speed brakes on a little bit and start trying to drop our altitude. Kick those off. Spoilers on a plane like this are kind of necessary, because when we get ready to land, when we actually come down and are above the runway, the ground effect on this thing does not want to land. Like, it will fight you all the way down unless you have those spoilers set up. So it's so funny to me when you fly gliders that, like, you'll spend your whole day desperately looking for lift. And then when you go to land, all you desperately want to do is shed as much lift as you possibly can. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, there's our airport right there. So let's go ahead and just start getting lined up. If I was a bit higher, I would do a loop or a barrel roll or something like that, which this glider actually loves to do some of the big maneuvers. But unfortunately, we're low enough to where I don't want to take the risk on that. Okay, I know you're mad about our power settings. We are good on power. We will be fine. Now, there is an argument that I've seen online, which was about using your spoilers in turns, because it can stall parts of your wing. So we're going to come around here. So we're going to come in a bit high, and we'll have to kind of steeply begin to drop altitude, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn and start putting ourselves onto hot final. We are very high, so I am actually going to break my own rule and just deploy our spoilers now. And we're just going to start falling. You see them sticking out of the wings there. Okay. Now, we want to cause kind of as much drag as humanly possible here, so I'm going to go ahead and get our gear down. We build speed very quickly without our speed brakes on. Our spoilers, as they're actually called on gliders. Okay, we are lined up. Here we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it rain. And we're going to drop all of our water. So there goes our ballast.
Kilo Alpha November Kilo Traffic Foxtrot Sierra Sierra 511 is on final runway 24 to land.
Okay, here we go. Nice and gently. Whoever just joined, you're getting ready to see a masterpiece. A master class, if I will, on flying. Okay, let's kick those off. We're going to trim our nose up quite a bit here. There we go. All right. Now, once again, in a real glider, we would land next to the runway because grass is a little bit gentler on these things. But because I'm trying to show off, we're going to go ahead and land. Whoa! Low 12-volt power. I know, I got it. I know, we're going to run out of batteries because Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't understand how glider batteries work. All right, here we go. There are my speed brakes. Here we go. Whoa! Well, we ended up on the grass anyways. Whatever. We're down, everybody. There we go. Behold. Oh, you can't open the top anymore? You used to be able to open the top. I think it's just because I'm having an issue with being able to actually interact with a lot of stuff in here. Like, I should be able to interact with that. Yeah, I don't know why they're having so much issues with letting us interact with stuff, but yeah, there we go. We're on the ground, everybody. That was a successful, fun little flight. Now let's go fly something a bit more exotic. Head back to our main menu. Yes. Let's go fly something dumb. Let's go fast. Let's go real fast. Stupidly fast. Horrifyingly fast. And I'll probably end up crashing this one, but it's a fun plane to fly, so we'll fly it anyways. Oh my god, this game takes forever to load. Microsoft, what are you doing, guys? I'm just trying to go to the main menu. It should not take this long to load. I also don't know what our little spinny homie is doing in the corner here. He's been spinning the whole time. And once again, I have a very good connection. So also, yes, YouTube, stop doing this. I will tell you when I'm not watching. What is the point in having this run in the background if it's going to keep stopping all the time? So Spud, I have to ask, is there any reason you went with a laptop over like a desktop or building your own? That makes sense. That's reasonable. I built my own. I like to build them. Building PCs is very fun. I don't think I'll I think the only thing I'll modify on my current PC is I'd eventually like to do a better processor. And if this PC continues to be reliable, I think I'm probably not going to do like a full new PC build. I think I'm just slowly but surely going to upgrade parts of it. I'd like to do a new processor and eventually a 4090. That is kind of the plan eventually. Because I do play a lot of VR chat, and a new processor is going to get me a lot more frames. And a 4090 is a 4090. A 4090 would be good for games like this, or like I've been playing The Witcher a lot recently, and even to this day, The Witcher is like kind of a rough game to run. When I travel, I actually own a Steam Deck that I really enjoy playing. I take that with me when I travel. And I've got my Witcher save set up so it backs up to that thing. So I will be able to take The Witcher with me, because The Witcher actually looks really good on the Steam Deck, given how small it is. Yeah, so I've been playing that. I also really enjoy the Steam Deck for playing. I found out when I was on my last business trip that a really fun game to play on the Steam Deck is actually, if you have a good connection, Rocket League plays awesome on the Steam Deck. Like, Rocket League is so much fun on the Steam Deck. So if you like couch gaming and you want to run with something a little bit smaller in the future, I would highly recommend the Steam Deck. They are amazing for what they are. And if you like slower moving puzzle games and stuff, they're perfect for that. Oh my god, I don't know why this is taking so long. It's like it's loading for the first time. It didn't used to be this slow. So, sorry for the wait, everybody. We'll have another flight going very shortly, though. I'm thinking we're going to go supersonic on our next flight. And very high altitude. The plane we're going to be flying is not real, but it's based off of a real project, supposedly. This is nice music, too. I'm really enjoying this. This is very peaceful. Come on, load, computer. Okay, now I'm concerned because the wheel... Okay, the wheel's back. Thank God the wheel's back, everybody. Whew. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get this done. All right, where would we like... Actually, I'm going to go really quickly and take a look at my options again, because this game is just acting weird. General options. Graphics, camera, sound, traffic, data. Okay, yeah, I should have no data limit. I don't really care. Data bandwidth usage limit, unlimited. What does this do? Yes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play with that later because I don't want to break anything. All right, let's lock and load here. We'll discard those changes. All right, let's fly something a little bit more, what's the word? Insane. What's a good place to fly to? Oh, we have beautiful clouds here. I mean, Hawaii is always nice. In fact, maybe we do a quick flight from Area 51 out to Hawaii. What do you guys think? That seems quick, right? So let's go find our, there's Las Vegas. Let's go find Groom Lake. There it is. We'll set this as our departure. Actually, let's go in here and we'll set one of our ramps as our departure. Okay, there we go. Groom Lake. Next, let's come out here to Hawaii, Honolulu, and let's go ahead and set this air base as our arrival. All right. It thinks this will take 32 minutes. Maybe it means 32 hours because it's crazy, but don't worry, everybody. Don't worry. We have a plan. Boom. We're taking the Dark Star up. Okay. Scramjet tanks are full. Everything's going to be full. All right. Liveries, we don't have any. That's okay. So this will take 27 minutes if I do everything right. And we'll have just enough fuel to make it, though. I'm not going to do a speed run here, so we'll probably back off from like Mach 9.5, 9.6, back down to like 8.5, because you actually get a huge amount of fuel savings if you just turn the plane down a little bit. All right, and it'll be early morning when we arrive, so let's go ahead and fly. Also, I get to start this thing, which I love starting planes. Some of the seaplanes fly really well. There are model problems with a couple of them. I do love flying the Beaver because it's just so, like, old school. I've done some flights around Tahiti and stuff before. This could be... I love to use live weather, so this could be a game I play a little bit more in the evenings.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra taking off runway 15 left departure to the south.
Oh, is it started? Well, I didn't mean to have it be started. Did it start me on a runway? It started me on a runway. Well, that's okay. All right, let's make sure we got everything set up first. Okay, so let's get our Ginnies on. Generator on. Generators are on. Okay. Okay. Generators on. We are looking good. We have our scramjet enable. These are our fuel cells. How do our fuel cell charges look? Fuel cell charge looks good. Do we have... What is our APU setting right now? Okay. Alright, APU is off. Good. Alert, start, enable. Okay, we're good. Let's do it. Now we have our stupid control stick in the way, which I cannot disable. Yes! Oh my god, I can. Thank God. Alright. Alright, emergency fuel, emergency H2 dump, because, yeah, we are hydrogen-powered, everybody. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start throttle up. Rolling, full throttle. What did I press? I pressed something, and we just lost. Oh, I remember. Give me 1 second, everybody. Control options. I'm gonna let this load. I need to remember what my afterburner button is, because afterburner. This is the Dark Star. Okay, search by name. Afterburner. Okay, toggle afterburner. Okay, there we go. It's actually based off the SR-72, which was supposedly a black project being built by Skunkworks. And I say that because if you look at the Dark Star and Top Gun Maverick, it looks exactly like what the SR-72 concept is supposed to be. And we're supposed to be able to lift off here, and we are not lifting off. Okay, something is seriously wrong with this craft. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna restart. Yeah, we're gonna go all the way to the Hawaii. It doesn't take very long. All right, we're gonna go back to our main menu real quick because we have all kinds of problems with this craft. I'm not getting control authority. I need to have my afterburners, and I don't have afterburners. So I just need to really quick make sure that I have afterburner capability. So we just need to really quickly go in and make a quick change to our controls. So we're gonna go to options, control options. Give this a second to load. It takes forever. I did not mean to make this a troubleshooting stream. Oh, well, this won't be one of those. All right, there we go. So we're gonna go to search by name, afterburner. Okay, click here. Okay, cancel. Okay, click this. Yeah. Okay, joystick button H should be my afterburner. All right, now let's apply and save. Escape, go back. All right, let's go to world map. We have to set this flight up really quickly again, everybody. Sorry for the wait. All right, I want to go to where is my gosh darn Area 51 because it's fun to take off out of because you have very long runway. All right, where is it? Lake Havasu, Las Vegas. It'll be north of Las Vegas in one of these dry lake beds. There it is. Do not put me on the runway game. I want to start in parking because... actually, let's go to set departure there. Okay, because it allows for me to start the ship up. Well, I say ship. Craft. Set as arrival. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go into our weight and balance, and we need to get it all fueled all the way up. Okay. And now we're going to go to, I'm going to double check. Yep, should be good. All right, throttle set at 0, fly. It's actually loading quicker this time. I should get some caching set up so it'll load mega fast. Oh, like a super long flight would be fun. Well, the plan originally, if I didn't have an appointment today, was I was going to try to do a flight from, you know, as requested. We were going to do a flight from the Denver area to the DFW area. But unfortunately we didn't get to. All right, there's my look at that gorgeous thing right there. Okay. Now we are cold and dark, which is what I wanted. All right, let's get her started up. First of all, parking brake. Yep, there we go. Parking brake on. All right, here we go. I need to find my battery master switch. So... And I know it's here. I just need to find it. Give me a second, everybody. It's been a long time. I'll find it eventually. Where is my battery master? Okay. Give me 1 second, everybody. Boop, 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 boop. Where'd you go? Landing gear, emergency gear extend. Does this work? Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, we'll just do this. Where's my checklist at? before starting engine. Battery on. Show me where the battery is. Oh, that's simple enough. Okay, here we go. We have a loud tone, which I don't like, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get our APU started. All right, APU is coming online. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our right engine. Once we have APU good, APU is ready. Let's get our right engine fired up. Okay. You can see it is coming up to power. Now we have good idle. Left engine. Okay, real quick, I want to check my... Okay, we do have good... Okay, we do have good movement on the yoke. I don't know why I couldn't take off last time, but we're going to use our afterburners this time. Okay, we are running, so we're going to go ahead and kick our generators onto the bus. Generators are on. Okay, we're going to shut down our APU. APU is off. Okay. We should be... This is not a hard plane to start up. We should be good to go. All right, let's go ahead and go to our ATC and let them know.
Kilo X-Ray Tango Alpha Traffic Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra is taxiing to runway 33 right.
Runway 33 right. Okay, we have a long taxi, everybody, but that is okay. We will get it done. Let's go ahead and taxi out. We're gonna go ahead and use our map here to taxi our to our spot, because we are gonna get, like, we have no, basically any forward vision. Oh, I mean, it's a fine appointment. It's not a big deal or anything. It's pretty chill. Okay. There's the Groom Lake facility off to our right with some very curious general aviation craft sitting there. And we are just gonna taxi kind of slow. This thing is kind of a beast to move around on the ground. It is not responsive in the slightest. But it's all right. We'll get out to our runway here in a minute or two, and then we're going to head for Hawaii. So yeah, fun fact, the people at Lockheed helped design this craft for the movie Top Gear Maverick. And it just so happens to look very similar to a project they were working on years ago that was essentially a drone, the SR-72 project, sometimes known as Son of Blackbird. Yeah, it just so happened to look like that. Isn't that interesting, everybody? All right, and we're just puttering along here, taxiing along. It is, you know, not the most ideal of craft, like I said, to move down around on the ground because, like, you can hear when I give it a little bit of throttle, the engines in this thing just desperately, even the turbines, just desperately want to take off. It wants to go fast. The movie shows this craft taxiing to the runway, and while it might, certain craft like this might actually be towed to the runway. I can almost guarantee a craft like this is almost definitely towed back to its hangar because, like the SR-71, the SR-71 had a little issue with the fact that it would typically blow its tires up when it landed. So we're heading over to runway 33 right, which is the newer runway at Area 51. 33 left is old and I believe not currently used. If you look at Area 51 on satellite photography, you will actually see that the runway 33 left has X's on it. It's not used anymore, supposedly. But 33 right is their newer one, and I think that's primarily because newer craft require a bit less, you know, modern craft require just a little bit less runway than they used to. Modern jet technology being what it is. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop short of the runway here. Let's engage our parking brake real quick. I want to run through our flight profile. So what we're going to do is we are going to take off, and at 20K, maybe 30K, I'll probably get a little bit higher. We're going to roll over and do a 1G positive, do a 1G positive pull into that dive at 20 degrees down. This puts us through our supersonic transition. At Mach roughly 3, we're going to fire our scramjets up. Then we're going to start climbing. And I think it shows like 1 degree here. We do not climb very quickly. And we're going to climb up to about 120,000 feet and settle into high hypersonic cruise. So, let's go ahead and announce our takeoff. Okay, and let's go ahead and line up. And check to the right, make sure nothing's coming into land. Check our VFR map so we get lined up good on this. All right, folks, here we go. Let's try to actually take off this time. Okay. Here we go. Much better. We're up. Gear coming up. Okay, we're going to begin our turn to align to our trajectory. right, here we go. Okay. Now we're going to start climbing, everybody. I'm going to try to trim up into a 30-degree climb. We're going to keep our speed nice and high. And gently bring us up to full throttle. The trim on this thing is not the best. It's very late to respond, and it's very hard to get this thing trimmed in. I've often had troubles trimming this thing in. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna say we're probably pretty close enough to where we want to be to our line. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom way out because we're gonna want to have plenty of knowledge about where we are. All right, that's 30,000. We're gonna flip over. Here we go. Mach 1. Mach 2. Sorry it's a little loud, everybody. I know it's, I need to, actually, hang on, let's adjust this really quickly so I'm not blowing you guys' ears out. Sorry about that. General options, sound. Let's bring our sound down a little bit. Aircraft engines. Let's bring those down to like 75. I forgot, this guy's a little bit loud, isn't he? There we go. Okay, let's apply and save, and back to the action. Still very loud. We're just gonna pull up very gently and let our Mach number keep rising. Just like this, okay? Let me try one more thing here, just so I'm not blowing you poor guys' ears out. Sound, let's bring this sucker down to like 60%. There we go. This plane's a little bit louder than the glider was. Still terrible. Sorry about that, everybody. Gently pull our nose up here, up to 20%. This thing will get more and more efficient as we climb. So we're just going to keep pulling up here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, we're waiting to do scramjet transition. Here we go. Mach 3, we should be able to do it. Let's get our fuel cells online. Fuel cells are good. Here we go. Woo, you can feel it push you back. Here we go. Okay, we're going to start lowering our climb rate now because we are really going to start climbing. Mach 4. That's 100,000 feet. We can see the coast coming up here. That is the coast of California. Mach 6. Okay, we're going to start trying to settle in at a nice altitude that we like. We're about 110,000 feet. Mach 8. Okay, we're going to back the throttle off just a little bit here. Trying to settle in at a nice Mach value here. That's Mach 7. That should do the job. We're really close up to Mach 8, actually. All right. We're going to get the nose down just a little bit using the trim. She really wants to climb this thing.
Airport information Golf 1900 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29. Salinas Airport information Golf 1900.
Okay, we're gone.
Wind calm.
125,000 feet, and we are heading over to the California coast at present. So that was Nevada to California, everybody.
Dew point 13. Altimeter 29.902. IL is runway tree 1 in use. Landing and departing.
Okay, I'm giving it a little bit of rudder here. Oh yeah, this thing is freaking awesome.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Golf. Salinas Airport information Golf
Okay,
1900.
we're trying to just turn ever so slightly. You know, when you're going this speed, it doesn't exactly like to turn.
Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 13.
Okay, there we go. Now we're flying. There is no autopilot. You gotta fly this thing manually. We are 2,000 nautical miles away and falling fast. The game predicted that we were gonna see this flight in about 27 minutes. So here we go.
Initial contact you have Golf.
Plane is really trimmed nicely.
Information Golf 1900 Zulu.
I'm actually not even touching the controls right now. I'm just letting the plane fly itself.
Sky condition clear.
If you look at the temperatures on our engine gauges down there, the internal temperature of our scramjet is 5,424 degrees.
Runway tree 1 in use.
Scramjets run extremely hot. That is part of the reason they're so efficient. Unfortunately, there's not very good windows on this thing, so you don't really get to see much. Here, let me angle the nose down just a little bit. Let's see if we can do this. So there we go. That's what we look like. Parts of the plane are literally glowing red hot. Yeah, it's awesome. I don't know if you've seen the scene where he flies this in Top Gun Maverick, but it is an awesome scene. Okay, we need to turn just a little bit. So we're slightly off course here, so we're just going to gently bring the rudder over. Just having a nice little flight here. We've already done 100. While we were talking, and I did that thing where I, went outside and was talking to you, Spud. We did 100 miles. Funnily enough, we're so high up that our airspeed is only showing at 302 knots. You can see stars outside now if you look closely. Checking our fuel. Fuel looks good. Yeah, we are looking good. True airspeed is 4,848 knots right now. So we are puttering along at a good speed. Battery's holding. Our hydrogen, our preheater for our hydrogen is working well. We are absolutely killing it. There is not much to see below us, just water, so the cameras aren't showing much. But that's okay. And yeah, locked in pretty comfortably at Mach 8. Now, the hardest part with this thing is you have to slow down at the right time. By the time you think you need to slow down, you will be over the target, or you will be over your landing area. Because, yeah, it is obscenely fast. Like, horrifyingly fast. So we're going to zoom our VFR map all the way out to 200 nautical miles. Because, yeah, this thing is it's almost game-breakingly fast. Oh, we caught an, she decided she wanted to climb a bit. Well, we're going to bring her back down. Trim our nose back down just a little bit. But yeah, this is one of my favorite things to fly in this game because it's just so obscenely fast. And it is an actual, like, we're in cruise right now, but when you're going low speed, this thing is an absolute handful to fly. It does not like to go slow. It does not like to, like, these huge movements you're seeing is just me barely touching the trim, trying to trim this thing to bring it down a little bit. The difference between, like, full throttle and being able to cruise at, like, Mach 8, which is what we're doing now, is literally a tiny amount of movement on my throttle. It wants to go fast. It wants to go high. And you got to adjust the trim a lot because the CG of this craft changes. You're burning through fuel so fast that the CG changes pretty quickly. You can just see at the back edge of that window the glowing, the craft glowing slightly. Come on. There we go. Now we're heading down. The nose has a tendency to rise on this thing because it is basically riding its own shockwave. Okay, we're about a quarter done with this flight, everybody, from Groom Lake, Nevada to the beautiful Honolulu. We're slightly off course, so I'm going to do a quick course correction. Like the glider that we were flying earlier, everybody, this is a craft where it does not take a lot of movement, and that's, you just want the tiniest amount of movement when you're flying it. Also, this thing does not like negative G's in the slightest. It wants to have, positive G's only. Our nose down. It is a bit of a fight. Okay. Just cruising along, chilling, having a good day. Let's see if we can actually see. You can see the curvature of the Earth if I sit up. You can see very lightly. You can see it in my multi-function display, the curvature of the Earth there. All right. So we only have 1,300 miles to go. We're approaching halfway to Hawaii right now. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could have done that flight that you asked for from the Denver area to DFW in this thing. Perhaps next time we'll do that. That'll be fun. Of course, I don't know if there's anywhere to take off or land in this thing. It really likes a lot of, what's it called? It really likes to have a long runway. This thing's actually also the most likely I am to crash this thing will be at landing. This thing does not. Its landing characteristics are very interesting. You don't really flare. You kind of just. It's a Navy plane. You slam it into the ground. It's got a pretty overbuilt undercarriage for how for its function. And most planes built for the Navy are built like that. There's actually a really beautiful video a guy did standing at the end of the runway of a military base, and you see an Air Force pilot come in and land an F-16, and the wheels just kiss the runway, and he greases the landing, and it's beautiful. A couple days later, he got one of a Navy pilot landing an F-18. Nope. That Navy pilot puts the plane down. Because if you're doing carrier landings or something, that's what you're supposed to do. You put the plane on the deck. And that's kind of what this thing, even though this thing is not like a carrier plane, it is kind of built that you put it down. We sped up a little bit because we accidentally entered a small dive. So I'm just going to trim us back up slightly. Okay, instead of using my trim, I'm going to use a little bit of stick. A little bit more stick. Come on up. There we go. Okay, so now we're heading back up. Made it down to 107,000 there. We just don't want the air to get too dense. Almost Mach 9. Our distance to our landing is now 1,100 miles. We have gone half. We are at half of our journey. Less than 1,000 miles here in just a second. Okay, batteries are looking good. Hydrogen preheaters are looking okay. Course correction here really quickly. Come on. Come on. There we go. Ooh, that bounce back. All right, let's get our nose up a bit. Try to get back up to 120,000 where our scramjets are happier. Okay, cruising along now at almost Mach 9. Hoping we will not run out of fuel before we get there. I think we'll be okay, but we are burning through fuel very quickly. We have 930 miles to go. Kicking along. Coming back up to, slowly but surely, we're going to come back up to 120,000. We're at 108 right now, so we just want to bring our nose up ever so slightly. This is not the most exciting part of this flight, but don't worry, landing will get exciting, and it is not that far off. We're at 850 miles to go now. Mach 8.8. There we go. Sorry about that. I was quiet for a second. I needed to get a drink. We are going along pretty good here. This is actually one of my smoother flights in this thing. Like I said, it's a bit of a handful, especially when you try to make very subtle changes in your direction, your pitch, your roll at this speed. True airspeed is now over 5,000 knots. And we are ticking along at a good push right now. Moving along at about 8.5, or Mach 8.5. We are 687 miles. Now at 200 miles, everybody, we're actually going to begin the process of slowing down. This thing takes a second to slow down. It is so hilariously fast. I think the reason that we fall off of our heading line is I think that it doesn't account for the curvature of the Earth that well. Okay, there we go. Whoop. We're gonna let that pop back. Okay, there we go. Things when you're at the speed, things like your turn coordinator and all sorts of stuff like that, just don't really mean a whole lot, you know? It's so fast. Also, we lost our music because YouTube is killing me right now. There we go. I don't know how to make YouTube stop doing this, but it is killing me right now. Okay. I'm really sad that the sound is so high. Let's try one more thing here to lower our sound. Where's my master volume? Let's bring my master volume down to like 50%, maybe 45, and see if that helps you guys' earballs out. Apply and save. Back. Nope, it does nothing. It's garbage. Alright, we're gonna do this manually if this game is gonna, or if this thing's gonna fight me. Okay, it actually is working. Or nope, never mind. That is just because... Give me 1 second, everybody. Take this down to 5, 1.5, so I'm not blowing you guys' ears out. Let's see if that works. Better. Still loud, but better. Okay, whoa. Easy, girl. Okay, so our next plan is we are at a pretty good speed. Actually, that did work. Hang on, everybody. Give me 1 second. We're going to bring this down even more. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that. There we go, everybody. Let's hope that works out. Okay, that's almost reasonable. It's still very loud because Microsoft is dumb and I keep trying to adjust the output volume, but it doesn't let me. So we'll just have to put up with this. We are 450 miles out from Hawaii. $430. Okay, let's start reviewing really quickly what we're going to do when we get here. It does not tell you how to land. Okay, sweet. We'll figure it out. Okay. 380 miles to go. We are really pushing now. We are cooking. Current airspeed is 5,060 knots over the ground. Indicated airspeed about 380 knots. $340 miles. Honolulu on our screen here should be beginning to come into view. Well, the Hawaiian Islands in general. Okay, we still don't have anything on our VRFR or VFR map either. We'll need that to determine the code for this and get our comms set up. We're currently radio silent here. There really is no point in trying to talk to this thing. The plasma on the outside of this craft would go a long way towards making sure you really couldn't talk to anybody. There is land, everybody. You can see it coming up on the multifunction display. We have land ho. 275 miles to go. I'll probably wait till about 150 and then we'll start slowing down. I was going to do it at 200, but I want to get there quick. Yep, there is the Hawaiian Islands. 250 miles to go. See, if you want to do those long duration flights in Flight Sim and you're impatient like me, this is how you do it. Okay, I'm going to trim us down a little bit. It's probably okay if we start moving down. Whoops. There we go. Let's get straightened back up. I just want us to start descending ever so slightly. Okay, 190. 190 miles to go. $165 miles to go. All right, everybody, there is 150. Let's start slowing down ever so gently. When you back off these things, they really begin to kill you. We can see the airport coming into view now. We don't want to come off the throttle too fast because we can... It's not good for the plane. So we're just bringing her down. You can see Hawaii out the window, everybody. There's one of the islands. We are now 100 miles away from our target. Backing off, passing Mach 5. $75,000 feet. Scramjets are down at basically almost dead, almost dead throttle. Passing 60,000 feet, we are 64 nautical miles away from our landing. Let's go ahead and fire up our VFR map and figure out where we're actually going to land this thing. NPS is where we're landing, so we're going to go to our ATC right now and look up NPS. powering up our turbine engines. We just dropped below the threshold for our Scrammy boys. Turbine engines are up to power. Okay. Okay, we're holding about Mach 1.8 now. MPS. I'm going to try to bring this sucker up on... There we go. Tuning MPS traffic. Let's select a runway for landing. I think runway 22 is probably best. Okay, we're 20 or 35 miles out. Let's go ahead and bring our radar in a little bit closer. We are at Mach 1.3 and falling. $30 miles to go. Fuel cells are off. We're back to regular power. We just dropped below Mach. Okay, let's take a look around. You can see the island out in front of us. And we're going to try to set up a landing here. So we'll be set to runway 22. So let's go ahead and get zoomed in here. We should be able to come basically straight in. 19,000 feet. Going to continue to bring us down a little bit. Speed. We can see the beautiful island of Honolulu just outside our windows here. That better not be our runway down and to the left. Are we that close? No, that's a different runway that we're going to fly over. That's okay. We're transitioning through their airspace, but whatever. Move this up here. All right, sorry, I'm kind of covering the chat with it right now. Let me try to move that actually back down. All right, here we go. We're going to try to bring our throttle or our speed here under control. I'm actually going to back this thing down to basically nothing. Okay, let's go ahead and announce our position again to our ATC.
November Papa Sierra traffic experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra 10 miles northeast 8,000 feet inbound to land runway 22.
Our airspeed is falling quick, which is what we want. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom this sucker way in. So the thing that sucks, and I'm sure you can all see this coming, I can't really see where I'm going outside of this guy. So we're going to get real close up when we land. Let's add some throttle because we're very low on speed here. And we're looking for that runway right now. I think that's it right there. All right, here we go, everybody. Time to line up. We're going to go on to final.
November Papa Sierra traffic experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra is on final runway 22 to land.
Okay. Throttle all the way down. Do we have speed brakes on this thing? We do not. We don't have anything. Okay. We're going a little fast, but there's nothing really that can help that. I really hope we're actually lining up for the runway and not the taxiway. We don't want to pull a Harrison Ford here. Oh my god, it's not even marked. I think it's the one on the right, so we're going to land there. Whoa! Neither of these are runways. Is there no runway here? There is no runway here. Okay, we're going to have to get fancy, everybody. I'm going to throttle back up. Okay, we need to find another airport. Well, what do you know? There's one right over to our left. So let's get leveled out here. Hold on to your butts. Exactly, Spud. Exactly. All right, let's get throttled up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn and line up with NHL, or PH-in-L. Let's go to ATC. Let's go here. Back. Back.
Honolulu Tower experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra is 6 miles west 1,800 feet with Kilo to land.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Honolulu Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er2 wind calm, make left traffic runway 26. Friendly 639er exit runway when able.
Okay, we're going to have to acknowledge that, so let's acknowledge our vector there.
Fly left traffic runway 26 experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Okay, this was not supposed to happen. There was supposed to be a runway there, but we did not see a runway there, so we're just going to come around, keep turning. This thing does not turn gently, but we have some pattern instructions, so we're going to try to land at this international airport.
Friendly 639er, turn next taxiway.
We're just going to keep climbing. I'll probably fly over to the other side of the island real quick and do my pattern entry from there. We're looking good on fuel, so we're just fine on our fuel. And backing it off just a little bit when you're hypersonic really helps these big, what's it called? You know what I'm trying to say. These big scramjets do their job. Okay, so we're going to come around. We're leveled out at about 9,000 feet. Move my map over. So we're going to fly over here. We're going to come around from the other side and we'll land there. I got a little bit high because I was worried about avoiding those mountains, so I'm going to throttle down just a little bit and bring our altitude down.
Friendly 639er, exit runway when able.
And we can see the airport that we're going to try to land on right out there. And they want us to come in at runway 22, I think. Let's go back and look at this. Make left runway 22. So that's got to be that runway right there. They didn't give me a 22 left, 22. Make left traffic runway 22. I guess we're coming in 22 left. Okay. We'll figure it out as we go. There's planes sitting on that runway right now. But whatever, we'll come in and try to land anyways. Okay, we're gonna come around now and begin our turn.
Friendly 639er, turn next taxiway.
Once again, this thing is not a fan of turning tightly. I'm gonna see if I can give it a bit of bank and yank here.
Friendly 639er, contact ground on 133.6.
Here we go. Ever so carefully. The stall characteristics of this plane are not very friendly to safety or flying or happiness. So we're gonna try to just, you know, keep it from stalling. Okay. I could have just stayed gliding, everybody. But I had, you know, I have to show my chops here, everybody. I have to show you all how awesome I am. Okay, we're locked in here. Okay.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra wind calm, cleared to land runway 26.
Runway 26? Which one is that? Shit. Okay.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, did you copy?
Bro, I am busy.
Cleared to land runway 26 experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Okay, we're gonna have to really quickly do a quick... We're gonna have to go around real quick, because there's no way I can land here. Now, I'm happy he's holding runway 26 for me, because there's just... And he did not tell me 26 right or 26 left, though I see no traffic on 26 left. So I think we're gonna land 26 left, I think. That'll give me enough time to come around over Waikiki here and get flipped around where I want to be. Okay. Still got plenty of fuel, maybe. Alright, here we go. Okay, here we go. Lining up, 26 left. Coming around. We do have terrain in front of us. I'm hoping we don't hit anything. I mean, who could tell, right? I really need us to be in line with that. Okay, we're close enough. We're gonna try. Okay. There's our runway. Throttling way down. Here we go. Landing gear down. We want to keep our velocity, what is it called? Your bug, your vector, on the runway here. Coming in at 200 knots, which is about where this thing likes to land. It is a very fast landing plane. And we're locked in. It's a little terrifying because you can't really see outside right now. And everything in your mind is like, I should be looking out the window. Here we go, throttle up, a little more throttle. Throttle dead. Gonna set her down. Whoa!
Delta Kilo Sierra, contact ground on 121.9er.
Oh my god. That was a rough landing. Alright. Okay.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, please acknowledge.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
121.9 experimental Delta Kilo Sierra. Goodbye.
Experimental Alpha Sierra,
Experimental Alpha Sierra, Delta Kilo Sierra, request taxi to parking.
That's right, everybody. We're taxing this thing to general aviation parking. Alright, let's go ahead and taxi, and then we'll probably call the stream done. This was really fun. It was really cool to hang out with you, definitely, Spud, and talk computers and gaming. And all manner of fun thing. Oh, I'm not going to be done for just a second. Taxiing is going to take forever on this thing. But you can see a plane coming into land there. Pretty cool stuff. And I mean, it's pretty neat. We just went from, you know, north of Las Vegas and Nevada to Hawaii in well under an hour, including whatever the landing shenanigans had to happen. So let's go ahead and turn off the runway here onto our taxiway. And then general aviation parking is supposed to be kind of over there, so we'll take that little land bridge over the water if it actually exists. You can never be too sure in Flight Sim. Ooh, there's a plane coming right over our heads. We're gonna be able to see it. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. All right. Oh, okay, you're probably heading out? Hey, well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. Have a great day. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled Kerbal program tomorrow, where we will be going, hopefully, and getting the rest of our Kerbals rescued from Jewel. We may have to do some very long burns, because I haven't gotten to do those yet. Or we might just say screw it and launch a different spacecraft that doesn't take 25-minute long burns to do things. We'll see. But that's really exciting. We also have all of our Kerbals coming home, and I think tomorrow our Elu Kerbals will get to leave Elu and head home, and maybe we're going to start planning our Moho missions. I think that'll be really fun. So yeah, definitely thanks for coming by, Spud. And yeah, definitely pop in tomorrow if you see me come online. I'm usually online. I'm pretty consistent with when I come online, so I will see you then. And yeah, we're just gonna finish our taxi up here. We are on this little land bridge, little land bridge, heading towards general aviation. Because yeah, we're in a general aviation craft right now, not a secret experimental hypersonic spy plane. So we're just gonna putter over here. Find a nice place to park.
Hawaiian 2-1 tree hold position, caution the generic on the taxiway. Hawaiian 2-1 tree, continue taxi. Roger, Hawaiian 2-1 tree. Friendly 6 tree 9er hold position, caution other traffic.
You know what? I think there's a perfect little hangar over here we can just taxi up to, and then we'll begin the process of shutting this beast down.
Friendly 6 tree 9er, continue
So we're gonna
taxi.
just turn around here.
Roger, friendly 6 tree 9er.
Yeah, there's a nice little hangar over there that we can park at and
Departing generic.
call this stream done once we shut her down.
Honolulu ground UPS 58 requesting pushback. UPS 58 pushback request accepted.
Okay.
Friendly 6
Here's a nice little ramp we can park on right here. Let's call this good. Let's pull off here.
Continue taxi.
There we are.
Honolulu ground, Hawaiian 164 taxi to the gate. Hawaiian 164 taxi to gate 2902 via taxi.
All right, there we go, everybody. Let's real quick set her up for shutdown. Let me get my APU on.
Roger, friendly 639er. Taxiing to gate 2902 via taxiway.
Okay, the APU is on. Let's go ahead and switch our main engines off. Let's kick our generators off. Gens off. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring our right engine off.
Ground UPS 58 requesting the end of pushback. UPS 58 request to end pushback received.
There's right engine off. Bring our left engine off.
Honolulu ground UPS 58 with Kilo ready to taxi IFR. UPS 58 taxi to and hold short of runway 4 right using taxiway.
Okay, there we go. All our scramjet gear is turned off. Let's go ahead and bring our let's go ahead and shut our APU down.
Taxiing hold short runway 4 right via taxiway Charlie Delta cross runway 4 right Alpha cross runway 4 right Foxtrot Charlie UPS 58. UPS 58 hold position caution other traffic.
Okay, APU is on. Or off. Okay, I think we're good. All we need to do now is let's check parking brake on, gear down, landing lights. I never even turned them on. Let's go ahead and kill this. There we are. Okay, that is off. And now we're just going to plop it off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was it. We went from Hawaii, or from Groom Lake to Hawaii in like just over an hour. Pretty cool stuff, and that's including, you know, taxiing, landing, powering up, powering down. Really cool. I had a really fun time today. Just getting to hang out with everybody and play something new. I always like playing something new, and Flight Sim is just such a fun, enjoyable game that I just, you know, it's really fun to just hang out, fly, and sometimes it can be a bit boring when you're in like the cruise section of a flight, but I have some other ideas of maybe doing some like bush flying, or we could go and do some flying around Alaska. Do some stuff where it's always going to be a bit exciting. I've always actually also wanted to do a flight from Antarctica or anywhere to one of the Antarctica runways, or Antarctica to anywhere. So I would take some suggestions on that. If you're watching this on VOD, thank you so much for checking me out. I have a Twitch channel, and if you're watching me on VOD on Twitch, oh, I'm done. If you're watching me on YouTube, I have a Twitch channel. Please check it out. If you're watching me on VOD on Twitch, I have a YouTube channel. Check that out too. Except for one, every single stream I have ever done is backed up there for you to take a look at. We play Subnautica. We play Kerbal Space Program. I play some racing games every now and then. So yeah, definitely check it out. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Today was really fun. We tried something new, and I think it was a really good time. I will catch everybody very, very soon, and tomorrow we will return to our regularly scheduled Kerbal program.